Okay, so basically,
Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
okay, so basically, Simon's been having a few experiences with this skull in his room, right? Now, a few things have happened in this house before, and we've been doing an awful lot of moving around. We've changed rooms around. There's been stuff that was already in this house that we've taken out and removed. So we do believe that it could have made activity become a bit more active. But so over the last few nights, I'll get Simon to tell the story in a minute. It's been playing up. So go on.
Okay, so it was a little while ago now actually that this happened. So on the nights leading up to it, well, it was over a few weeks actually. I was like just going to sleep and I felt like there was something in the corner. Now this is the corner with the shadow person that I've told you about. That's on my videos, but I'll just briefly explain what that was. It was like if you imagine a three-dimensional shadow standing up in the air, that's the best way that I've come across to describe it, because it looked like a person but made out of shadow, basically. But I'm not going to go into that because I can do that another time if you want. So a couple of times, like I'm not sure how long before, days, maybe weeks, something like that, I've looked at the skull and it was like I felt like something was drawing my eye to it. So I don't know why, but anyway, whatever. So I was going to sleep this one particular night, and just as I was falling asleep, I was looking at the skull, and I'm not sure which direction it came from, but it was like something passed over it, like a shadow or something like that. Darkness, I don't know.
Like a shadow mass.
Yeah, like, I don't know, it was a hand or something. I don't really know, because it didn't have any shape, like, it wasn't like fingers and...
Yeah, so it'd be like a type of black mass, wouldn't it then, yeah?
Well, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Some kind of shape, it was dark, it went over it, and as it went over it, it's like this started to change. It's like, sorry to keep saying like, because I'm trying to concentrate. It's like it got skin started growing over it, like dark grey skin.
Like something from Hellraiser sort of type of thing when it starts at the beginning, when you see all the... No.
I wouldn't say, no. I'll in a minute I'll tell you what it reminded me of, but just let me explain the actual process. So it's like all this skin stuff came over it, and the eyes... no, it was dark, but it wasn't that dark. There was some light coming in from outside, so I could still see a little bit inside. And it slightly went pitch black. So it went dark, and the mouth completely disappeared. So I couldn't see the teeth or anything. So I had this grey skin over it and these pitch black eyes. And it reminded me of a grey alien. That's what it reminded me of. It's like it changed from this into the face of a grey alien. So, like, I think the eyes roughly stayed about the same size, but they went, like I said, pitch black. And the other thing it kind of made me think of was, if you've ever heard of Aleister Crowley, he had a spirit guide called Lamb. Now, Lamb looked very much so like one of these grey aliens. And in a minute I'll mention something else, or should I mention it now about this film?
Just carry on with your story, okay, and then say about the DVD.
So, obviously I was a little bit shaken up by that experience. I prayed it away, that's what I do, and it went. But the room went ice cold as well as that happened. So it hasn't happened since, but believe me, once is enough. So do you have any questions or anything?
No, can't think of anything, because obviously you've experienced strange transformations over pictures, over certain objects, and you'll look at it and you're like, can't you see it moving? And I'll be like, no, not really. But sometimes some people will see something and other people won't, not because they've completely lost the plot or something like that. Sometimes people are more open-minded, whether they intend to be more open-minded or not. Sometimes it's like how a medium, or, somebody that's in that sort of realm that believes in the spirit world, so they actually pick up or see more things than other people that are more closed-minded won't. Or they're not closed-minded, but They just don't see it.
You reminded me of a saying, actually.
Okay.
It's good to have an open mind, just don't have it so open that your brain falls out.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, because, I mean, there might be things that you can see that I don't see, but then I can hear things that you don't always hear. So it's, you know, I've heard of people being in the same room and something said, one person will hear it and the other one won't. Not because one's stupid or deaf, it's just, it's the way it's perceived. You know, you just don't pick everything up.
Well, it's the same with recordings, actually, because when the giant shadow person or whatever it was appeared, I have actually tried to record it and it never shows up on the film.
Yeah.
It never does, so that's why I have no proof. I mean, usually I don't think of it, but a couple of times I've picked up the phone and I've tried, and I can still see it with my eyes, but when I watch the film back, there's nothing there.
It's strange because as well, when you're in certain places, you know there's no cars that can go past, so it's nothing. It can be reflecting the light, because you'll sit there and you're like, oh, maybe it's from here, oh, maybe it's from the bathroom, maybe it's from, you know, and you'll work it out, and you're like, because sometimes your mind sees other things, and then you'll look at it and it's like, damn, it's a tree, damn, oh yeah, oh, it was somebody walking past in the street and they've gone past. You know, you sit there and you work it all out, but then once you've gone through all that, as they say, debunking it, and you're like, oh shit, that was real. And it's like, oh.
Can I just briefly mention this film now?
Go on then.
Because, right, it's called The Nightmare. It says, welcome to the scariest place on earth. It's about people's experiences with sleep paralysis, which I have experienced. It was years ago now. Usually I don't get that part of it. I'll just wake up and from a bad dream usually. Well, anyway, without going on about that too much, this is different people from all different countries around the world, including Manchester, one of them's from, talking about the same thing, where they've woke up and there's been something in the room with them. They've had a bad dream and they've woke up and they can't move. So, you know, it's all the same experiences anyway, basically. I got it off eBay, if anybody wants to get it on DVD. I don't know if you can stream it. You probably can. I haven't checked. But, yeah, it's just called The Nightmare. Can you see it?
Yeah.
I really recommend it. I'm not doing a film review, but I do really recommend it. And you watched it as well, so I mean, there's
yeah,
weird demonic things going on. Like, I will mention one thing because I don't want to give too much away. But that girl, there was a girl, wasn't there? And she was a man and two. I don't know why I had two women in bed with him, but he did in the thing.
Oh yeah, I know, that was a bit weird. That
he woke up and couldn't move, and there was like this giant demonic thing standing over him with red eyes. And the other two people were asleep, and he was like trying to move, and he couldn't. And then all of a sudden, the girl sat up screaming, and then the experience ended. And he asked her what happened to you, and she said, well, I woke up and I couldn't move, and there was this black cat sitting on me with red eyes, and it was looking at you, and it was speaking in a language I couldn't understand. Now, I've never had that particular experience, but that's in the film, and there's loads of stuff in like that as well.
Yeah, it's not really more of a film though. It's a documentary. It's documentary.
Yeah, it's still on film
because it's not really fiction. It's basically people's experiences
from talking about their experiences,
and it just shows it's all over the world, but everybody seems to experience similar things. So when people are talking about the same thing, but all in different locations all over the world, it seems to say, well, people aren't going mad because it's not like they all know each other. So how are they all having similar experiences?
Exactly.
It's not like where they had, was it the witch trials, where everybody claimed and they all seemed to be all friends and like, no, she's a witch. It's like they're all in the same town. These are not. These people don't even know each other, and they're all having the same experiences.
With the witch trials thing,
yeah,
some of that was land. They were like land disputes going on, and they were like using it as an excuse to get rid of the neighbours so they could take their land off them.
Yeah,
and they reckon it was something to do with, I think it was called ergot, which is a type of mould that grows on bread, and when you eat it, it gives you hallucinations.
Right.
So.
I know, but it's still like the people did all know each other as well. So,
well, yeah, it was a small community.
Yeah, a small community. But these people that are in that film are not like a community.
No, they don't know each other. Yeah,
exactly. They're all over, and and they all give similar experiences, and it just makes you think, well, how is all these people getting these similar experiences? They don't know each other, don't live near each other, and yet they can near enough describe similar things that have happened, and it's like, makes you think, doesn't it? Really.
Well, I'll just. In summary, it covers sleep paralysis, shadow people, demonic like dream type things, even grey aliens. So it's really, I found it really interesting. So I would recommend trying to get a copy of it or watching it online or whatever.
Yeah.
It came out in 2015 or something, I think.
So what we're going to do, we're going to just run a couple of experiments with the skull. If nothing happens, it doesn't happen. You can't force paranormal activity. Doesn't matter whether it's night or day. If it happens, it happens. Half the time you don't even have the camera in your hand and it's over and done with. Simple as that. You can't force it. We're going to do experiments. See, I can't get my words out. And like I said, doesn't work. But we've tried.
It might just be that it was in the room and whatever was there was using it, because it's not like it's an old piece of like ornament. It just came from, I won't say the shop's name, but it just came from a local supermarket.
Yeah, it just came from a supermarket. So, you know what I mean? It's be something that's been generically made the same, and you just pick it up, buy it, and take it home, and like, oh, that looks pretty cool. So, you know, there we go. Right, we're going to put it there, and I'm going to put my camera down, and I'm going to run a couple of experiments. Let me just put that there for a minute. And, oh, fudge. Right, we'll do the normal thing. We'll use the K2. So, there's the K2. It'll probably go off if I go near the phone, like that. But I'm on flight mode, but there you go. But the other thing isn't. So, I'm going to take it back a little bit.
Move this a bit further.
Yep. As long as it doesn't go off the side.
Well, as long as we don't touch it.
Right, I'm going to walk over.
Mind you, if it does it on its own, you'll get some good footage.
Right, try and hold on to Simon so I don't fall down a bloody hole. Now, this, not connected. There's no other...
Actually, do you want to move it away from there if you're going to stand there? It might not be a good idea.
No, it's alright.
Okay.
Slight, but not... Maybe because I... If you tap it, it does it. Tap it, does it.
I just thought of something else we can try in a minute. If you
I know.
want as well.
Just go over. Go over. Oh, Joel. But tried. Try my brain. Probably nothing. But we tried. So, experiment 1. So it's turned off now. So we'll try another thing.
Probably won't get this one, doing this.
It's the skull. But as we know, there's other things going on. I'm going to put the radio or the Roberts, because basically it's been hacked to basically go through all these stations like an original still a type of spirit talk, but obviously electronic. Oh, as if by magic, Simon appears through a hole. So I'm going to just let it run for a few moments, ask it a few questions, and end of experiment, because I'm not doing it for like 20 odd hours, because believe me, I haven't got that much time to do it. So I'm going to say, hello spirits, we've come here with peace and love and all that stuff and malarkey, but we want to know, what do you want? And I'm not going to ask you 20 million questions, because it's just too much. So, no, be an easier question. Who are you? That's strange. Sounds like we've got aliens coming.
Might well be.
It's on FM, so why aren't we?
Not really.
Yeah, why aren't we skipping radios? Yeah, was the alarm? Why did the alarm go off on this?
Sure.
Right, so turn it off and on again. There we go. Hello, spirits.
Nerve transmission.
Who's here? What is your name? Okay, think of a key word we want them to say, and then we listen to see if we can hear it in this. What do we want it to say? Okay, I've got one. Say spirits, please. Spirits. Say spirits.
No?
That's his line dog. Which Plymouth dog?
Okay, hold on. Let's turn this down a minute. Okay, we'll do another word then. Ask it where, because I was trying to get it to do it like a you say a key word. You listen out for it to see whether it's responding or not. If it doesn't respond, then maybe there's nothing there. Maybe it's just like I'm not bloody talking to you. You can do one.
Okay.
All right. So we'll find another word. Say spirits. Say skull, please. Skull. Say skull, please. Love. No, I don't think so.
Do on
Very common word.
Okay. Okay, I know we're not giving it much chance. It's just, yeah. I don't like things getting manipulated and shit like that, so... think of a word. Okay, spirits. Say bones. Please. Please say bones. I would like to hear this through my spirit box. Now, it will not hurt you. It will just, basically, it'll go through all the different noises and sounds. And basically, what you can do is make it sweep across and say words that you want it to say. Okay? If you can do that, please, I'd be much appreciated. So I want you to try and get it to say something like bones. So all I want you to say for now, please.
Well, you have to turn it up again.
Yep, I'm going to now.
Thanks for that. What is it, you know what I mean?
normal fluoride.
Sounded weird, didn't it?
Yeah.
20 seconds and it's just running. Still in conjunction at 1 AM.
Okay. Not really getting much response. Again, I don't mess around and try and make something really happen because there's no bloody point. I don't piss about with stuff like that. It's just no need for it.
I do have a question you could ask.
One.
I read something out earlier on. Ask it where the thing I read out earlier on came from. Which book?
Okay. So you think this name of the book would come up or might?
No. I read something out. I'll ask it. I read something out earlier on. It's going to be at the beginning of the video, right? So you tell me where that thing that I read out, where does it come from? Say the name of the book or say the name of the person connected to it.
So you're gonna listen out for the name because
Yeah,
I can't remember.
You can turn it up.
And then obviously we can show you later on in this video if the answer's there. Okay.
The other evening dating.
Calcium phosphate. Technology knows on the way. Because we asked if you
Sorry about that.
You can't tell.
There is a way we can maybe boost it as well.
Okay. What's that? Okay, we're trying another experiment.
We have to try and
Do you think somebody wants in?
What's that? Is there anybody there not once for yes and 37 times for no?
Yeah, must be. So just show where the radio is. It's over there. Got this. Gotta turn it on. I hate using this hand. See? Go up, go close, start flashing. I know, need to move to bloody focus. So, I'm gonna put you down and turn you around. Watch this. Whee. Wrong way.
Yeah, not turning that way. This worked last time, so
I know it did.
doesn't mean it worked this time. But
No, because we...
you didn't. Whatever. Really.
Right. Again. A little bit, but then you tap it. And again. No, I think it's to do with that corner, to be honest. I know you're trying to cause it to stand up. Now we'll try it again. Yeah. No. No.
Well, you didn't keep the footage from last time, so.
I know, don't matter.
Now you
It's still
see the
doing.
cube.
I know. It's still doing experiments at the end of the day. If there's fudge all there,
Turn this. Go back to the radio.
yeah, I'm gonna try the radio. If not, I'm gonna try something on one of my phones, wherever the bloody hell I've put it. If not, end of. And then it just proves we've tried and how not to bake anything because it's not. Yeah, go on. Because there's no point faking it because I don't know. People just wouldn't trust you. It's like crying wolf. After you've said it and faked it so many times, when it happens for real, people won't listen. And they'll be like, nah, it's probably another fake. So, no point in faking it. So, that's why... No, I'm not asking, not saying me. You asking me. I'm saying this
I know what you mean. Go on.
for other people's experiences. So, we're going to try the radio again. Put that there. And we'll ask it one more time. But we're going to get it to say a keyword again. And get it to say... Because if I ask it to say yes, it may say yes, but then it could have been... They'll be saying yes to something in the radio. So, it's got to be something...
Say time.
Time.
Yeah.
Or time waits for no one.
Yeah, that's a full sentence, isn't it?
Sometimes it can say full sentences.
Alright, yeah, I mean, okay. Not much you can do about that.
I know. Right. So I'm going to ask it to say, time waits.
Tempest future.
Winds, low pressure.
Please say, time waits.
Help. I'm a saving.
Flakes.
Said it. I'm sure it said time waits. I'm sure it said time waits. Can you say that again, please? Time waits.
You know what's something?
What's that?
We take heaven. Well,
Okay. Now, I think it said it, but I won't know until I actually play it back. And if it didn't, I'll just put, no, it didn't. And I'll be a bit miffed, but can't do bugger all about it. Right, I'm just going to ask it one more thing. Then I'm going to try something on the phone, and then we'll call it a day, okay?
Yep.
Agreed? And if nothing's happened, it's not happened. Again, like I keep saying, the paranormal, unpredictable. It can go weeks, days, months, or whatever without doing fudge all. And then other days, it'd be like doing little things like sporadically over time, you know, over the day, maybe weeks, when it can be bothered. Not like the movies where they show it continues, and you see everything going against the bloody wall, and you're like, ah! Because that's just for the movies.
Well, I mean, in my experience, it's always been when I'm not looking for it. If I look, when I used to look for to make videos all the time, nothing would happen. It'd usually be just before I'm going to sleep, or when I wake up in the middle of the night or something like that. When it's the last thing on your mind, really.
Yep, because then you don't think, I should really get a camera and film this. You're like, oh crap, why am I seeing this? Oh. And then later on, after it's finished, why didn't I video it? But there you go.
Well, like I said, it doesn't always pick up anyway.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't, in my experience.
No. Right, so we'll ask it one more question. We're going to ask it a question now. And then see if it responds. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Then we're going to try the phone and then call it. So, what would you? Is there anything you'd like to ask it?
I don't know. Ask it like who.
Do you know what? I'll ask it something. Do you follow Simon? If you do follow Simon, say yes. Follow Simon.
Work across rivers. Around absence to government data. I'm trying my watches, but it's not going to help us.
It's not going to help us. Could you say, if you follow Simon, say yes, follow Simon. Sorry. What do you say sorry for? Now, come on. Or just say no.
Ready for the women's work. 6. Appearing in its radio. The children between 9 months. Government announcing whether they want to understand. Work, boost childcare. Same. Many colleagues 20th in a little Ratcliffe from his boiler
Okay, we're not hearing absolutely anything from that, so I'm going to switch it off. And all we can hear is stupid noises outside. Yes, we're doing it during the day, but day, night, whenever, doesn't make any difference. And I will take the batteries out so they're not getting eaten alive in this thing.
I'm from the 1800s.
You are you?
Creature.
Yeah, I always suspected Simon was a creature.
Child.
Yeah, he is a child in a man's body.
Passage.
Yeah, he gets lost quite often in passages.
You're supposed to be taking this seriously.
Sorry.
Am I really dead?
Yes, you are, because there's only 3 people that lives in this house.
Private.
Yeah, this house is private.
Cut.
I'm not cutting the video yet. I'll be doing it soon.
Ask.
What would you like me to ask? Ask, Simon. Ask something.
Ask what?
I don't know.
What are you?
That was her.
That was her.
Who?
Who is her?
Experiment.
Yes, we are doing experiments because that's why it's investigation. You're investigating.
Please go left.
There's a lot of rubbish on the left.
What sort of thing? The hatch.
Oh, yes, it is.
Leo.
Leo. I don't know anybody called Leo.
Yeah,
You a
made that
Leo?
joke about Lionel, didn't I?
Oh, yeah, Leo.
Edward.
No, he's downstairs.
Yes, he is. He's called Edward.
I'm very happy.
Well, that's good to know.
About what?
Destroy.
What are you trying to destroy?
Cancer.
Okay, that's good.
Well, yeah, that's not a bad thing to destroy, is it?
Yeah, you destroy cancer. I like that idea.
I'll affect the lights.
Do you?
There's no lights turned on.
Yeah, there's no lights in here.
Unless you mean the window.
Yes, it's me.
Who?
Who are you?
What's your first name?
Victoria.
Okay. Second name?
Do you have a second name? But not all of them had second names at one point.
Eli.
Victoria Eli. That doesn't sound right.
No, it could be a dude's name or something else.
Gravestone.
And where would the gravestones be?
Cross.
You have crosses, don't you? Or don't you?
I've got that one with a little poem written on it.
Look above.
Yeah, it's all material and wood up there.
I'm making it cold.
Nah, it's flipping cold up here anyway.
Can't feel it.
Cart.
There's no carts up here. You definitely couldn't fit a horse up here.
When.
Ever.
I've just realised it's spitting words out every couple of seconds. It's never usually this.
I hear you.
I hope so. Otherwise, I'm just talking to him beside me.
Well, if it's doing it faster, if there's a reason for it, I don't know.
Charles.
Hello, Charles.
But it's near the
Vortex and the mirrors, yeah, could be. Are you coming through the vortex or the mirrors?
Aggressive.
Who's aggressive? I get aggressive in the mornings when I look at Simon. Take one look at him, like, oh, what do you do? What are
Heavy.
you doing here? Yeah, the wood is heavy.
This is amazing.
Is it? Is it because we're talking to you, interacting with you?
Correct.
Okay.
And then can it talk about what we were talking about in the video?
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, now. So, okay. What's the windows to the eyes
Children
of the
here.
soul? Yeah, there's children here. What's the windows for the eyes of the soul? What are they? What are they called?
Laugh.
I'm not laughing. Not now.
Sarah.
I think it's just spitting out random words now. I don't. This is why it's an app. Some of them respond right.
Leonard.
Leonard Nimoy. Sorry.
Long and broken.
Yeah.
We won't harm you.
I damn well hope so.
Who are they?
Yeah. Who are you?
Over here.
Yeah, we're looking over here and over there. I'm going to give it a few more minutes and then...
Emotional.
Ask about this. Let's go.
What did Simon see with the skull? What did he see?
Crash.
No, we didn't see Crash Bandicoot.
You can crash out.
Oh, yeah.
Pay attention.
I'm paying attention.
His voice.
I don't hear any voices. All I can hear is random noise outside because it's so flipping noisy up here.
I will talk to you.
Well, then talk. If you can talk, it'll be picked up on my my phone.
Audrey.
Hello, Audrey. What's my name?
Nan.
Well, it's not your name, is it?
No, it isn't. What is my name?
19.
No, I'm not 19. Believe me. I wish I was 19, but
Not your name either.
no, it's not my name. Say my name.
I'm telling the truth.
That's good for you. What is my name?
1200s.
Yeah, it's just
Spitting out words, isn't it? Right, we are going to call it an evening or day.
I'm right next to you.
Cool.
side.
Which side, left or right?
I like to play games.
I do too. It's usually called Pick on Simon.
Yeah, I like Scrabble.
He has to be awkward.
I lost my life here.
Simon will lose his life in a minute when I kick him up the rear end. Right, I've had enough because you...
Terrible.
I know it's terrible, but not terrible for me. It's terrible for him, though. Anyway, I am calling it quits because I think...
19.
Yeah, you just said that before earlier. I think it's just spitting out random words and it's doing my treeing. Simple as that.
Oh, before we go,
He's over there.
Good for him.
what number do I keep seeing all the time? I saw it yesterday. I see it everywhere.
Eric.
No, we don't
It
see
says
it.
number.
Number. Okay, what number does Simon see all the time?
Sid.
Good for Sid.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not a number, is it?
No, it isn't. What number does he see?
Don't antagonize.
We're not antagonising, we're asking you a question.
It's
It's not responding.
It's not going to give me the answer. So.
No, it isn't.
Baby.
Good for you. You're a baby. Woohoo! Right, okay. I don't believe this. I think this is just being an absolute. It's just spitting out random
Elijah.
words. And,
Wood.
yeah, Elijah Wood. I do normally like Spirit Talker,
Holy Spirit.
but...
Ah, now why is he saying that to me?
Painted eye.
Painted eye. You did ask about eyes.
I did.
Windows of the
Blind.
Some words I've never heard before.
Please go left.
Holy Spirit in it's Hebrew is a Ruach Hakodesh. It's not going to say that though, but it did say Holy Spirit.
It did.
The church.
What about them?
I'm trying to finish this. Right.
Recording.
I know I'm recording. Right, I am going to finish this because it's just... Simon's the one that's carrying it on and he's just going to get beat up in a minute.
Bobby.
Right, we are going to stop. Hello. First of all, this is Jackie Green's Cats and Things. Right, first of all, we did decide to do a video. Whoops, do that right. And, yeah, it was just basically doing experiments of Simon's experiences downstairs. The video that seemed to resonate of some of the experiences he's had and other people have had. And, yeah, we did bits of experiments to prove that I can't be bothered faking it because there's no flipping point. As I've said before, over and over again, if something happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I just don't see the reason. Fair enough, I am going to visit places and obviously try again. And if they happen, they happen. If they don't, they don't. End of the day. This is why some people say, well, we went to a place and it didn't work. Well then, show it didn't work. Show that not every house, every building, every area is got any paranormal. But what people have got to understand is sometimes you've got to go back a few times. And sometimes spirits may not want to interact because, one, they don't want to. Two, because they don't feel comfortable. Three, you may have to go back several times before they may interact with you. And five, there might be none at all. So, you know.
Well, I think of it like this. I used to watch a lot of nature programs, and there was somebody talking about this time they went looking for great white sharks, and he said people think that we just turn up and they're there. They're not. They actually took like 4 or 5 months before they even saw a shark. So, you know, it's not like things are just going to happen just because you've got the camera turned on.
No, whoops.
You know, it has to be the right time. You know, so some of it's luck and, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, just because like maybe nothing that happened now doesn't mean something won't happen like tomorrow or next week or something like that. But like I keep saying, it always seems to happen when I least expect it. So I'm probably not going to catch it on camera because I won't even think to turn on the camera. Usually, anyway.
Yep. So we turn back to me. You want to get somebody that interrupts it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for you newcomers putting up with me. You've come over to the dark side. And you old ones for hanging on. And again, putting up with me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And next week will be a live. Anyway, thank you for watching. And catch you next time. Bye. Say goodbye, Simon.
Goodbye, Simon.